Aaron Tuttle here for Ferguson Roof Systems. For 43 years, Ferguson Roof Systems has been protecting Oklahoma's homes and businesses with quality roofing services. Their goal was to be the most honest and dependable roofing company in the state, all while providing free services such as lifetime labor warranty and annual inspections. Well, mission accomplished with thousands of client testimonials, an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, and a 5-star rating on Google. Look, the weather gives you enough to worry about, so why worry about who to trust with your roof? Call Ferguson Roof Systems today or find out more at fergusonroofsystems.com.
Hey everyone, it is 9:15 on a Sunday night. Hope everything was great for you on your weekend. Hope you enjoyed the weather. Oh, it was so nice today and yesterday. Unfortunately, it all goes downhill, really, starting tomorrow and just kind of gets worse each day after that. So thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about that and more. So yes, the rumors are true. We are going to have some more snow in Oklahoma, also some ice. So we're going to detail that for you, find out who's going to get it, when they're going to get it, where, how much, all that kind of stuff. Now, keep in mind, it is only Sunday night, and the forecast will continue to fine-tune as we get closer to the event. But this is coming in enough data over the last couple of days to get pretty good confidence that we're going to have another winter storm across our state. By the way, I see you, Christy and David, both dropping me some stars tonight. Sam as well, so thank you very much. They're playing the stars game. You can do that at the bottom where you type in your comments. Just press the little star icon, and it'll shoot a few my way. Susan just did it. Dropped me 150. Thank you, Susan. So let's get on with what's going to happen here for our next few days. And the good news / bad news. Really depends on how you want to look at it, right? Because glass half full or something like that. Something. All right. Whoa, where did my other page go? Oh, hold on. I swear, if I lost all my stuff, I'm going to lose it. What is this? I think I'm going to lose it. Oh my gosh, it did not just happen. Oh, it happened. What can I do? Do I have to restart everything? No. Okay, hold on. This is me panicking. If you've never seen me panic, this is my panic face. Because it's a total panic face. I had everything loaded, and Chrome killed it all. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so angry. This is my angry face. Okay, 26 tabs. Oh, I see it. Dumped it all into that. Good. Whew. Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, here we go. All right, so I got the restore option. Let's see if they all show. You're going to grant me some patience. It took me an hour to set this up. So that was my panic and angry face all in one. Oh my gosh. Phew. All right, let's get on with it. That wasn't enough of a climax. I don't know what is. All right, let's get on. Here's a look at the upper levels of the atmosphere. And we're talking about the jet stream. Look at that big color you see up the southwestern part of the country moving our way. You see all that nonsense? That's our next storm system taking shape, and it starts to cut off here in south central Texas. So it continues to move more to the south over the last couple of days. So the models had a really tough time dealing with this split system. One piece went off to the north, one piece hanging down south, and that's why they were all over the place with the model output for the last few days. I mean, they're just painting snow and freezing rain in various places from the central to southern plains. And they're finally starting to settle down and congeal, which is some good news. Makes the forecasting job much easier and more fine-tuned. So regardless, what happens is the next couple of frames, this is by Thursday midday. As we head into Thursday evening and Friday morning, look how the low basically just jots up from south central Texas northeast towards southwest Missouri. So that's going to be a pretty good path, because usually what happens, you get snow on the backside into this area right here. And so if you noticed, that's snow over central and northeast Oklahoma, southeast Kansas and Missouri, even pieces of northwest Arkansas. And this also means that southeast Oklahoma, you guys might actually get some decent snow. Woohoo! If you're in southeast Oklahoma, right? Okay, so that's the big picture of the upper levels of the atmosphere. Now let's get you down to the nitty gritty. And I do want to show you, you guys in Texas, in Dallas, this actually looks like to be your chance to see some snow. I know what you're thinking. Can't be. Blasphemy, right? All that stuff. Yeah, let's take a look here. I'm going to go to the latest data. So we'll pop that up, change the hour, and let's see what happens. Okay, so for Monday night and a Tuesday morning, we're going to have some light freezing drizzle, a little bit of freezing rain, kind of in this vicinity in the northwestern third of Oklahoma. And then that moves on up into Kansas. All right, so if you're traveling, bridges and overpasses, elevated surfaces in that part of the state, Oklahoma City should stay above freezing, so should not have a problem here. So that'll be showing up on the map in red. Now, as we keep going through time, this is all the way through Tuesday midday. You can see how it moves into Kansas, and we warm up here in Oklahoma, so it's just rain by that point. It's a very small window through early Tuesday morning of some icy spots. All right, now we get the rain that develops, and we start to get some snow developing here over central Oklahoma down to south into Wednesday midday. As we head into, let's see, here's the snow really picks up around the Big Bend of Texas by Thursday. As we head into Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning, it starts to move into Dallas. So how about that? You guys might get a little bit of snow here just starting to show up in Dallas-Fort Worth, just on the west side of town, and that should be the trend that continues during the day on Thursday. So Dallas-Fort Worth, you've been wanting some snow. You're going to get looks like you're finally going to get your shot. All right. So what does that mean for Oklahoma? Well, as this system we talked about, remember in the upper levels, is basically centered right here. It tracks kind of like this, right? Like this and like this. So as it does so, the snow track will run along that low and then on the back side of the low, kind of like this. So that would be where the heaviest snow would be. Now, there'll still be a little bit of snow back behind that and out of it, but that would be the main track, the main meat and potatoes. So you can see how that's going to influence state. All right, so let's try to get into some more specifics for you. By the way, temperatures, this is how things will shape up. So in other words, not like today. 46 tomorrow, north wind. It's not going to feel very pretty outside tomorrow. We're going to want to bundle up in jackets. Then we head into Monday night and Tuesday morning. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. As we mentioned, the little light freezing drizzle or freezing rain from roughly about Ponca City to Enid, back down to near I-40, right around Elk City. So this would be your area for touch and go briefly for a few hours from about midnight, Monday night into Tuesday morning, probably about around 9 o'clock in the morning. And then this freezing line will retreat to the north and take that threat along with it on into Kansas. Now, after that, temperature-wise for Wednesday, the reinforcing shot of cold air will come in, and that'll bring temperatures back down into the low to mid 30s. Now that'll be just on that critical point for getting that snow, but this actually models a little warmer than other models, which may mean we'll have a little bit of light freezing rain, a little bit of sleet mixed in, and some snow in this area right here. And we're early in the game on this, but we're going to see how the models play around with that. Precipitation totals, if you look at just all rainfall, for example, if this were to be all rain, about a half inch here in Oklahoma City, there's half inch up north, Bartlesville. Most of the heavier rain as the system kicks in on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning will be in the eastern Oklahoma, and then some of this will actually be snow totals mixed in, but we'll get to that here in a second. When you look at the freezing precipitation as far as ice, anything like that, these areas here, very, very light. We're talking about less than 1/10 of an inch. Just a glaze. Doesn't take much to cause some slippery spots, but that's all it is, just a glaze. It's not an ice storm that cause power outages, nothing like that. So this is through Tuesday morning. This spot out here is actually on Thursday as the next storm system kind of comes up. So this is a complete combination through 6 a.m. Thursday. So this will be Wednesday night, Thursday. This starts to show up into the model data. All right, so now we go to the snow. So this again only through Thursday morning, and this is going to change. This isn't set in stone. There could be a larger area here of snow totals through Wednesday afternoon. Matter of fact, some of the models favor a hot spot, something like this, for as much as 4 or 5 inches of snow, believe it or not, on Wednesday. So this is a kind of a new developing trend where it's pushing it down here, and later Wednesday night into Thursday here, along with some of that sleet and some freezing rain. So what I do believe here in Oklahoma City on Wednesday, we're going to have falling temperatures in the morning, a mixture of light freezing rain, freezing drizzle, a little bit of sleet, and then snow, probably by around lunchtime, changing over to snow. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go to, where are we? 84 hours. Let's go Wednesday. All right. Let's go Wednesday noon. Okay. Let's go. And I'll pick, down near Norman, so the south side of town. And I'm going to blow this up. So this is the forecast sounding for the area. And you can see the model trend has some really good growth here, and the output is snow. This is by lunchtime. But what you have here on the left, all these bright red lines equals a lot of lift. We call that omega, the mid-levels, and it's in the area here where this little yellow line is. That's the snow growth zone. So it's got a ton of lift where it needs to be, and that causes a lot of snowfall to develop with temperatures right around 32 degrees. This is midday Wednesday. Now, if you want to look at that in a different viewpoint, I can show it to you like this. This is the other dimensional that I look at. So this elevation here, this is looking up in atmosphere about 15,000 feet up. This bright color overlay with all these little red circles in the pink and yellow area, that's the snow growth zone overlaid with the saturated humidity and the saturated omega, in other words, the lift. And just in this spot here, the models went crazy with the amount of precipitation. Here's 3.5 inches of snow in about a 6-hour window from around 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. roughly. So that kind of gives you an idea what potential is there for Wednesday here in central Oklahoma. So that's exciting news. Okay, so let's get off of that. Let's see. Let's go to. All right, now let's look into the other model data. Let's see. Is this model in yet? Hope so. Okay. So this is the German model. It's called the Icon model. And it actually was one of the first here today to close off the upper level low and move it more on a westward track here across eastern parts of Oklahoma. So in other words, a favorable track for Oklahoma City, for example, for getting snow, and into eastern sides of Oklahoma as well. So let me see. We're not quite in far enough to where it's going to show us everything, but it's starting to. You can see at least the blue for some snow around Dallas, Fort Worth, and points west, and then actually this area all in here should be snow as well in central and western Oklahoma on Thursday afternoon. So again, Thursday afternoon is a developing day. The models are all over the place and how they're eventually going to settle down, but that's some good news. If we look at, let me see if this thing updated. What time are we? Yeah, we are. Let's see, 12. I don't like this one. Do I? Yeah, I do. Wait, do I? Hold on. No, I don't like this one. All right, let's go to. Okay, so this is a group of models. When you look at the ensemble members, it means a ton of. This is just all of them. Just like vomit on a map. Show them all. This is Oklahoma City, just to give you an example. They're starting to pick up on the fact that we should see at least some ice accumulations. Whoa, what happened to that? That did not. Where are we? Hold on. Timeout. Where's all my data? Let me do a refresh. Okay, let's try this again. Oak City. Okay, there we go. All right, total snow. Let's try that first. All right, so the total snow is starting to show up here on a lot of the ensemble members in Oklahoma City. Right now, it's only about a half inch to an inch. So there's a few outliers up here in the 2, 3, 4 range, and they are definitely worth watching. Right now, the early birds have it conservative. When it comes to ice amounts, they're also conservative here in Oklahoma City, about less than a tenth of an inch. So there's just a glaze for Wednesday morning with a little bit of that sleet mixed in. So right now, this is what they're starting to look at. The American model, when it talks about potential for some snow here in Oklahoma City, when you look at its ensemble members, again, of the American model, let's see, is this the right time? Yep, it's the last one we got. It's going about 1.5 inches of QPF, which is equivalent of rainfall for the event. So it's a little wetter than the other model we were looking at. When it comes to snow, it's got about an inch or so here for Oklahoma City. So you can see how a lot of the ensemble models are kind of on the low end right now, but that's not always going to be the case. If you look, let me skip that one. I'll come back to that. We'll look at the European, because typically it's a leader. This is its track of ensemble members. If you watch me enough, you're going to start to kind of see how these continue. In other words, I show you the same type of map so I can reinforce you and teach you a little bit on the meteorology side of what I look at when I forecast to give you the end result. But a lot of its ensembles here, these lines all represent snow in each of these runs. So there's each one of these numbers right here equals a run of the model. It's 50 different runs of the same model, and most of them produce snow. They vary all over the place from a foot of snow to as little as a dusting. When it averages all out, it's about 2 to 3 inches here in Oklahoma City for this event. I think this will change, and this is early. In other words, there is potential for much higher. If you blend all those models down, you do get a bullseye here of 4 to 5 inches of snow in northeast Oklahoma, Osage County through Stillwater, back on the east side of Oklahoma County, and then down in Norman about 3. So there is that blend too. Now, it doesn't mean southeast Oklahoma won't get any. It's all in that exact track of the low, which remember, they're just now grasping is going to happen. They weren't even grasping this yesterday when I was telling you, giving you the forecast. Only one model was hinting at it, and I jumped on it because I thought that would be what would happen. The rest of them are coming around. So that's kind of how that happens. So they have to play catch up with the snow probabilities. Speaking of which, this is a European probability of seeing snow over at least 1 inch. That's a low threshold. In other words, an inch of snow, no big deal, right? So model thinks about there's a 50 to 60% chance here in central Oklahoma, closer to 70 up in northeast Oklahoma, and of course higher into Missouri. Now, okay, that's 1 inch of snow. What about 3 inches of snow? The model thinks there's a 40 to 50% chance of 3 inches of snow in this corridor right here. We showed you the bullseye of the heavy stuff. And then we look at 6 inches of snow or more. Yeah, the model likes that too. It's got about a 30 to 40% chance of more than 6 inches of snow stretching up into southeast Kansas as well. Now, this will move around. So this band that we showed you today here could easily shift here in tomorrow's data, or it could shift back a little west. So we'll just have to wait and see the exact track of the upper low, but at least we know it's close enough. Now, when you talk about timing, we mentioned if you missed the beginning of the broadcast, the timing is going to be freezing rain, a little freezing drizzle here in northwest Oklahoma. Roughly, I had the line a little bit farther for a few hours, from around Ponca City to Enid back down to about Clinton, this area. So this area here in blue and north of the line is where you have some touch and go for Tuesday night, Monday night and Tuesday morning. So about, let's call it midnight to 9 a.m. So about a 9-hour period. Okay, so after that, then we have the snow. And right now the models are really backing off much snow here in northwest Oklahoma, and they're actually producing more of it here in central Oklahoma, in this little spot right here. So Wednesday is going to be an interesting day to see how things evolve. Thursday, models are just now coming in for a good event for Thursday. So the Weather Service has posted some of that freezing rain and sleet mix down here in southeast. And yes, that band of snow setting up here from Wichita Falls through Lawton up toward Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So this does include the Tulsa area, just not shown in this map. Okay, so when we get down to the European model specifically, since again, sometimes, not all the time, but most of the time, does fairly well in the wintertime events. It's got an average here not on the ensemble runs, just on the what they call it the control run. In other words, they pick the best run that they like. I call it a control run. Everything else is a variable. So the control run loves 6 to 9 inches of snow here in Oklahoma City, with temperatures cratering Thursday morning and Friday morning in the mid-20s, and then warming only to the 30s during the day for both Thursday and Friday. So again, we're assuming a much slower warm-up into the weekend because of what the model will think is a lot of snow on the ground. So could we see 9 inches of snow? Well, the European says yes, we really could. So that's something we can watch for. This is a control run. Remember when I showed you the ensemble, which means all of its other blended? They're not that excited. This is just one pick, like a cherry picking. If you're a snow lover, you'd go with that one. But reality says you got to kind of err more on the side of caution with the other. Now, Tulsa, same idea. It's got you in this purple, which is about 8 inches of snow. Same idea on the temperatures as well. And again, most of that comes in on for your Thursday. All right, now, we take a look at temperatures. Let's just say we don't get those massive amounts of snow totals. This is your trend. So again, 20s at night for the next several nights. And then temperatures out in the 30s on Thursday, and then gradually warming into the 40s, then the 50s for next week. Still kind of a rocky roller coaster ride here for the next couple of days. Tuesday, at least a little warmer than Monday, but still cool days or chilly days all this week. And that's Oklahoma City. Tulsa's really no different. Same idea, same trends, both at nighttime and during the day. And if you really want to train, I'll show you this last night. We're going to go way out there. This takes you through New Year's Day. So again, this could be a nice New Year's Eve storm, and we'll see what that does for us. But long term, the extended model likes to have us into the 50s to 40s mostly, all the way up through January 12th, overnight lows in the 30s primarily. So there's a look at the very, very long range. Okay, so I've covered everything at this point in time. And I'm gonna show you a couple more maps for those that kind of want to hang in. But here's your quick summary in case you missed it or you were late. So we've got a developing winter storm, kind of stretches from Texas to the Great Lakes. It splits into two pieces. One piece goes across the central to northern plains into the Great Lakes. Takes some snow and stuff with it. The next piece, instead of coming right over Oklahoma, digs south into New Mexico and then into south central Texas. And then it zips northeastward across the eastern half of Oklahoma. So depending on that exact track is where the heaviest snow is going to be in right now. Looks favorable. Anywhere is fair game from Oklahoma City to the Arkansas border. All right, for some really decent snows in that swath. The timing with this first wave that kicks out, that's mostly going into the north of us. That's going to cause some light freezing drizzle, freezing rain Monday night, Tuesday morning in northwest Oklahoma. Bridges and overpasses, keep an eye on that. The rest of the state looks good, just cold. And then the rain, like heavier rain, kicks in Tuesday evening into Tuesday night, moving through central Oklahoma. And then in the eastern Oklahoma, several more inches potentially with heavier rainfall there and the secondary wave kicking in. We won't have any problem with frozen precipitation here in Oklahoma City or the greater area until Wednesday morning. Temperatures will fall. We'll likely see a little bit of a light freezing rain, some sleet mixed in, just enough probably to get those bridges and overpasses a little slippery. And then we're going to have the transition over to snow probably by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll snow up to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's the first little mini wave that comes through. And this is kind of the tail end of what happened with the last system and the beginning of this new system. It's kind of a hybrid situation. And then Thursday is when the main system will kick through out of Texas, go across Oklahoma, and then that's when it could really produce some significant serious snow for some of us. So that's what we've got so far. So the first little snow wave on Wednesday has the potential to produce 4 inches of snow, or this might produce a couple of inches of snow. There's a wide range of solutions with that. I would assume it more on the lighter amounts at this point in time, whereas the next has the potential to be really heavy. I mean, stupid heavy. In other words, another 4 or 5 plus inches of snow. You know what? If it's going to do it, this year might as well be the year to do it. And so your New Year's Eve plans, if you were going to have any, traveling may become a problem here over central Oklahoma. So keep that in mind. If you have any parties or places you wanted to go to, that might be an issue you have to deal with. And I'll be able to fine tune all that for you in more detail into tomorrow night as we come back into the live. So I'll do another live all this next few days, probably about the same time, roughly around 9 o'clock. Okay, so that was a really long summary. But sometimes this is what you got to do, and there's a lot to talk about. Okay, you guys on YouTube, I see you. Thanks for checking in. You guys on Periscope and Twitter, go ahead if you'd like to leave any comments, do so now, and I'll answer your questions. On my patrons, let's load you up real quick. By the way, I noticed out of corner of my eye, you guys are dropping stars left and right, so I appreciate that. As always, you guys rock. Let's see, get this full screen. There you go. Okay, so Beverly's in the house. Patty's here. Tamara, you're welcome. Jariah, you're welcome. Mary says, what I missed? Nothing. Karen's late to the party as usual. Oh, she's on time now, she says. Well, we done missed it. We start at 9 o'clock. Actually, we start at 9:15. But you got the summary. All right, let's go to the main page. Load you guys up. All right, so again, I broadcast on 4 different outlets. So you can find me on YouTube, find me on Twitter, Periscope. You can find me on my closed group Facebook page for all my patron supporters, and then on the main Facebook page. If you want to play the Stars game, that's on the main Facebook page that Facebook turned on for my account. Okay, so I can only see the last few comments, so I'll just scroll through them real quick, see if there's any questions. What about McCurtain County? Nancy wants to know. Yep, looks like you might going to see some action. Let's see, any snowfall projections for Dallas? Christian wants to know. You know what? We'll go look and see what some of the European data says for Dallas. Hang in there 2 seconds. Pat, what about Haskell County? Okay, here we go. This is where we talk about everybody's counties and cities. Remember, I gave you the outline areas, what we can tell you today. We cannot get specific into how much and the exact timing for your specific location for that period yet. I gave you the big window, and then tomorrow night we'll narrow that down a little bit more, and the next night obviously a lot more. So that's how that kind of works. So let me get to, let's see, what else? Sharon was late to the party. Oh boy, is there a chemtrail comment going on? All that spraying they did today. Look up, people. All right. Chelsea's here for more, checking in. We might get some more sledding opportunities here. Let's see. You're welcome for the update, Amanda. Let's see. Okay. Will Norman see any? Yes. Matter of fact, depending on how things go on Thursday, might get some decent stuff down there. Okay, let's talk about Dallas real quick. I mentioned you guys in my update. Now let's go talk about your totals. Let's see what lies the models say from their crystal ball. Hey, you know what? If it's going to snow in Dallas, this is the type of system that'll do it. Whoa. Man, if you can only see what I can see right now. Just kidding. Let's do it. Okay, so this is the European model. Now, again, this depends on the exact track, so don't get carried away here. But Dallas County, it only has about 1 inch of snow. Rockwall, it's got about 2 inches of snow. Tarrant County, though, it goes from 1 inch on the east side to, looks like about 4 inches, 5 inches on the west side of town. But you go one more county over, and you're in the 11-inch category. Do you feel me? The potential is there for this little band here just to move just a little more east. All it takes is to move in a county east. You've got a foot of snow in Dallas. I mean, that's unheard of. That's crazy talk. But this is what's on the table for you guys in north and western Texas for this next storm system coming in during the day on Thursday. And you can see how that stretches on up here in central Oklahoma, where the model has even got Norman at 9 inches of snow and Tulsa near 8 inches, and it's got a hot spot up here and still north of Stillwater up around a foot of snow. That's just nonsense. Yeah, a foot of snow up here in northern Oklahoma between Osage County and Ponca City. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the European is doing. That's why I'm excited, man. I really am. So we'll see what happens. Now we'll look on there's some different model snow physics that can go in for estimating the measure. The Kuchar model sometimes is better to use other than the standard 10-to-1 ratio. That's got 15 inches of snow up in north Oklahoma, 10 inches here in the metro, 12 inches on the east side of town. Dallas, same kind of spread, inch on the east side of town and up to 5 on the west side. Didn't really change for you. And that amount here west of you is still about the same, about 10 inches or so of snow. So that's the exciting point that I have for you if you want to really get excited about the European data. You know what? I have the European data was updated. This was the morning run. Let me go see what the midday run looks like when it comes to snow. So let's do that. I didn't do that before, but we're going to do that now live, and we're going to see how it looks. Oh, it's not going to go out far enough. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, this only goes out to Thursday morning, so it doesn't cover the Thursday afternoon, the full spread in Friday morning. It won't cover that part of it. So it just goes through, through Thursday. And it's not very excited about snow here in central Oklahoma like some of the other models are. So for Wednesday. So that's what I'm saying. Wednesday's going to be a fun day. Tomorrow will be much more clear, but potential's there, like I said, to see some wintry mix during the day on Wednesday. It does have some light snow up here in northwest Oklahoma. This gray area. So this is a dusting to about 1 inch or so, and it's got a dusting here in central Oklahoma from Norman to Oklahoma City back southwest. So this is just, early stages where the models are finally getting an idea of what's going to happen on the upper levels and how things ought to evolve with the pattern. And then we look down below to see potential for totals. All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of stuff. Amanda, thank you for the stars. I see you there. Aubrey, Also, thank you for the stars. And Tammy, ladies, appreciate it. Trisha did it as well. Philip, my man, you're just about there every night, it seems like. Samantha, thank you. David, he's on a 5-week streak. Way to go there, big man. Eddie's in the house with some stars. So is Kevin and Charla, Melissa, Natalie, Janice, Shelly. I see you. Ruth. Let's see what else we go. Heather, Tammy, Renee. Boy, you guys are all over it. Y'all are awesome. Leslie. So thank you for all these stars out here on Facebook. Colton, I see you. Sean, Harold, Candace, Tim. Good grief, I missed a lot of you. Julianne, Lauren, Susan. You guys are very generous tonight. All right. And Tiffany just jumped in as well. So southeast Kansas, yes, you guys are going to be underneath that area of snow. Same thing for southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. Angela, I see you as well. So my friend Jennifer, you're so late to the party, girl. I see you just now signing on, and we just finished. So it's way too much to recap. Oh my gosh, it's too much to recap. I gave a recap somewhere about 10 minutes ago. It took me, I think, 5 minutes to do it. There was a lot to talk about. Lacey, I see you there with 150 stars. Thank you. So in this situation, you'll see me broadcast more often. So if you don't get notified on Facebook or whatever, just know that when there's events coming up like this, I'm usually on about every night around 9 o'clock, just after the model data finish is coming in, the latest. And that way I can tell you, how things look. Let's see. Your best bet again is to sign up to get notified on YouTube, hit the bell, Twitter, same thing, and then Facebook. Between the three of them, you're bound to know when I go live because they don't always tell you due to their algorithms and how it works. I have no control over that, of course, but that's the best way to at least know. Then you can pick your platform that you like. Kristen, I see you there with 50 stars. Thank you very much, man. All right. Let's see. Did it twice. You hit the double button. Let's see. Anything else? I don't think so. So we'll see how this all plans out, and I'm hoping, we have some more action around here because that's what, that's why I got into weather. I like action. If I didn't care, I'd be in sunny San Diego. I'm bored out of my mind. But in Oklahoma, we get it all. So it's a be careful what you wish for type deal. But we do have a lot of fun here with the weather events that come through. So, all right, I got to get on. I got to eat dinner, believe it or not. So, and I guess that's it. We'll talk again tomorrow, guys. Thanks again for watching, sharing, all that kind of stuff, and telling your friends and family about AT's weather. And we'll see you all tomorrow night.